Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another podcast. This is the Alcandros Capital Management Information Podcast. This would be, I believe, our fifth one. Yeah, it's our fifth one, I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's our fifth one. So it's been another week. It's been another downer of a week this week. Coronavirus is still spreading. There's still cases that are coming about. So there hasn't been a slowdown in the spread of coronavirus. So, and that's reflecting in the stock market. If we look at our watch list, a lot of our penny stocks, sorry, not ours, but a lot of the penny stocks on the market fell. Most have fell. I believe, if we just take a look here. Yeah, so that's quite a lot. If you take a look at the list, I'm not sure how well you can see it, but I might just try to make it bigger so you can just see the ones. So these are all the ones that went down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So 22. We do have a second group. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So 27 out of 44 stocks. That is well over half. I'm not sure the percentage off the top of my head. 44, 22 is half. 33 would be 66%. So you're looking at around about 60%, give or take, of stocks falling. So that's 6 in 10. 6 of every 10 stocks falling. So you can see the market is still tumbling due to the current situation. Needless to say, it's a very good time to buy into the market. However, even though it's a good time to buy in because many stocks are falling, the thing I have noticed about the way the market's trading at this point in time is that although stocks are falling, there aren't a lot of volume isn't there with these stocks. So you might find that these stocks, although go down in value, there's not a lot of transactions. So it is going to be hard to buy into a falling stock just because there's not a lot of trading happening. Of course, there's trading happening. It's not like it's ground to a halt, but it's not as much as there were, say, like a month or two ago. So trading has slowed down, and so although it's going down, it will be trickier to get into positions and to buy into a stock. I would probably suggest the best thing to do if you're going to buy into a stock at this point in time would be to set your buy position lower than maybe a couple of points lower than maybe a point or two lower than where the stock is currently standing. So as it falls, it'll reach your sell point. Otherwise, putting in a sell position now probably at very close to the current price probably won't get you into that position very quickly. You might have a sell order waiting there for 2 or 3 days. I've currently had that situation with Blackham Resources, so I've been waiting for them to fall back to 0.8 of a cent, and it hasn't done so. It's basically just flatlined at 9/10 of a cent. So, I just advise a couple of points below the selling point, so that when that price falls, it will activate more likely to activate your sell order. Anyway, so you've got 16 stocks. 27 stocks that fell. Oops. Yeah. Bummer. I have to get back in. So 27 stocks that fell in value, and let's see how many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 27 out of 43. So because that one's not listed anymore. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stocks stayed level. They didn't move up or down. or sorry, they probably moved, but they didn't. At the end of the trading, they didn't. They returned back to the previous day's sell price. So no movement there on 9 of those stocks. So that would be out of 44 penny stocks that we're looking at here. About 20% of those didn't move or just returned to previous. Well, actually, there's 9. Actually, there's. You can take a look at the second list here. I keep forgetting about that one. So 9, 11. So exactly 25% of stocks returned to the previous day's value, which leaves only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, 5. That's quite. Yeah, so that's less than 25% there. So it's quite a 5. Well, 5 divided by 43. Yeah, so it's quite a small percentage. It's yeah, it's about 12%, about a 10% of stocks elevated. And those stocks were, let's see, PTL, which is Pental Limited. So that went up in value. So that was one of the winners, going up 1 cent, 2.7% in value. The other one was Bach, going up half a cent to going up 2.63%. That's Bougainville Copper. That one I think I've seen rise a couple of times throughout the last couple of weeks. So that one seems to be doing well at this point. Being a mining company, I suspect it's probably a mining company that doesn't have any connections directly to China. Probably not directly to China. So they might be doing dealings with other nations, which is probably why this stock hasn't done poorly during this time. Any stocks that have any kind of connection to China have done very poorly. The Australian market is very much connected to China in a number of ways through mining, natural resources, agriculture. China is very dependent on Australian produce and trade, and so therefore you can see the effects of the coronavirus on the Australian stock market. The other winner was Crux Limited. They went up 1.5 cents, 10% increase, which is pretty good at this point in time. I think that's been another one that I've noticed going up as well during this time. And the last two, TNG Limited, going up more than half a cent, 8.8% increase. And the last one was no, wrong list. Brunner. Oh, jeez. I hate that. I hate it when yeah, I don't like it when these laptops have this slow reaction. It's really annoying. For Christ's sake. Come on, for Christ's sake. I'm one of these guys who I tell you, sometimes I just want to take a sledgehammer to these things, to laptops and computers. It just pisses me off so much. The last two, so TNG we covered, and then it's VRS. I tell you. Jesus Christ, I tell you. Verus Limited, and they went up 1/10 of a cent, 2.94%. So not a very big increase, but they were the only winners at the end of the week. So yeah, market's still falling, and there doesn't seem to be any end in sight. I thought by now the market would start to turn around, but it looks like we'll probably be. The markets may stay like this for another month. Yeah. Well, moving on from the penny stocks. Just to take a brief detour, I would like to announce that we have had some positive increase on the firm's social media. So we have increased our followers. We've finally broken through that pesky 800 follow barrier. So finally we've got now over 800 followers following our page. So I just wanted to announce that because that's something it's been a bit of a challenge for us the last couple of months. So, but we finally cracked that. So just wanted to announce that. Good news. We'll look at upcoming dividends for the 9th of March, which is this Monday, or tomorrow. I mean, I'm doing this Saturday. I'm doing this day late, so I apologize. Things have come up. So some of the upcoming dividends are Capital, Coronado Global Resources, and these are all for the 9th of March. So this is your last day to buy in. Well, it's too late to buy in now, I guess. The ex-dividend date is basically the date that you can start selling them. Caltex, Imdex, Over the Wire Holdings, Cube Holdings, RIA Group, Sims Somerset Group Holdings, Servcore, WCM Global Growth. Those are the ones that are going to be so those are some of the stocks that have ex-dividend dates coming up. So that's when you can sell those. Let's look at the 10th of March. So you've got one more trading day before the ex-dividend dates for these ones. So the ex-dividend dates for the 10th of March will be Equity Holdings, Lavissa Holdings, News Corporation, Parenti Global, PSC Insurance Group, Red Hill Education, Reliance Worldwide Corporation, Sonic Healthcare, SRG Group, Global, and that's it. So you might want to take a look at those stocks if you're looking to do, if you're a dividend trader, or I should say sort of a dividend investor. Those are stocks you might want to take a look at because there's only one more day of trading to buy into those. So if you want any information on upcoming dividends, I always go to Morningstar, but you can also get it from the ASX website as well. What I think I would suggest doing as well is we might just take a quick look at the blue chips as well. So let's take a look at the blue chips, because the blue chips are always an indicator of how the market's performing. Oops, wrong site. No, there's a site that gives you the, here it is, market index. Yeah, this is the one I like. Yeah, so as you can see, last trading day, which was last Friday, movement down, went down $98.8, so 2%, 2.7%, or 2.77% drop. Not really a very big drop, but still an indication of where the market's going. It's much closer to the 52-week low now, so it's starting to creep down to last year's, to the lowest point it's been last year. Dow Jones down. Gold, of course, keeps going up. In times of shortages, gold always does well. Crude oil down. And that's probably likely due to the fact that now that a lot of air travel's ceased, there's a surplus of oil. So that would probably indicate why oil is going down, mostly because now there's now with the reduction in demand for oil, that's going to increase the supply, which will lower the price. So it's a good time. And I've noticed oil prices have been, you go to the gas station around you, and their prices are quite close to, or are under $1.20, which is good. And if we take a look at the list, so these are your top 20 blue chips on the ASX stock market, and only 2 of the 20, which is 10% of the market, 10% of the blue chips have actually increased in value. So that is quite not damning, but yeah, it's I mean, it's not necessarily bad. Like I said, I mean, the market falling isn't necessarily always a bad thing. I mean, it's a bad thing if perhaps sometimes if you're an investor who's already got a position or money in stock, but it's a great time if you want to buy in. But yeah, so only 2 out of the 20, 18 of the other 20 have gone down. So yeah, you can see the effects of the corona right there. So it's had a huge effect on the blue chips. So the only winners, the only stocks that went up the end of last week, Newcrest Mining, 1.89%, not a big rise even, going up 54 cents, and Woolworths Group going up not even 0.75%, up 27 cents. So Woolworths Group, I suspect, is good time for. Good time, it's a good time if you want to sort of play swing trade or go sort of with a sort of if you're not looking to scalp and you're not looking to invest long term. It's a good time to swing trade. It's a good time to sort of buy and hold for a bit because stocks like Woolworths, a lot of the Woolworths, Coles, businesses like that are going to make a lot of money in this point in time. With masks, food. There's going to be run on toilet paper. There's currently a run on toilet paper in Coles, Woolworths. They've got shelves that are completely empty with no toilet paper, and I suspect there's sort of other products that are probably similarly decreasing in supply. So it's a good time to buy into Woolworths, buy into Walmart. Those companies are going to be doing quite well because of the increase in buying for those particular products that are going to be necessary, at least some people think will be necessary, if there's a further outbreak of corona, or if the virus keeps going on, or if there's more quarantine. So it's good to buy into those kind of companies right now. I think that's a pretty good overview. I don't think there's any more. So yeah, the sector is known as consumer staples. So consumer staples are good. I think it's a good time to buy in and hold, and wait until the downturn, until the downturn, short-term downturn because of Corona ends. I don't think there's anything more I would like to report at this point. I think we'll leave the podcast. We'll end the podcast there. If there's anything that comes to mind for the next podcast, I'll include it then. On behalf of Alkindros Capital Management, this is Konstantin Kai Alkindros signing out. Thanks for listening.